Every trader wants sniper entries, you know, the ones where the price touches your level and moves immediately. Yeah, them ones. So the question is, how do we actually get those entries? Well, in today's video, I'm breaking down supply and demand, showing you how zone refinement works and how to use multiple time frame analysis to turn normal entries into high precision sniper entries immediately. By the end of watching this video, you'll understand how all of these concepts fit together and how to actually apply them to get those cleaner sniper entries, better risk to reward, and more consistent trades. Let's begin. So before we refine our entries, you need to understand the basics of supply and demand. If you already know it, skip ahead using chapters, and if not, let me give you a quick foundation right now. Okay, so demand zone basics. A demand zone is the base right before the strong move up. On the candlestick chart, it's this price over here that has paused and eventually has exploded up. We basically want to mark this area of demand, base, consolidation, whatever you want to call it, zone right over here. Well, this price level was interesting for the institutions. That's why you saw the price leave it very quickly with an aggressive push towards the upside. And because we know this becomes a discounted price zone. So the logic is simple. If we see price shoot up aggressively, if the price returns to this level, we expect to have buying interest yet again to push the market further up. And that's why demand area zones are zones where we want to look for buying trade opportunities, because it's a discounted price and likely the big banks and institutions that actually move the market are looking at these levels. So after we understand the demand zone, we need to have a look at the supply zone. And the supply zone is flipped. It's opposite of demand, right? And because it's opposite of what we did with the demand zone, you can probably spot the supply zone, which would be here. So why does this zone work? Well, big selling actually happened over here. And the logic is, if price has pushed towards the downside and the retracement happens, we should be expecting to sell the trade once again, because the institutions could react to this level one more time, pushing the price even further down. So essentially, we're looking for a fresh retest of supply zone before the market pushes towards the downside and continues its overall market direction. And the basics of supply and demand matter, because without it, you won't be able to refine and get those sniper entries that actually make money. You need to learn how to identify and draw these zones properly, then you can start thinking about making money. So now that you understand the basics of supply and demand, let's talk about zone refinement. Sniper entries for days. So why is this so important? Well, if you understand entry refinement, what you will get is way more accuracy, less stop loss, and way more profits as well. So let me show you an example how to actually do it. So here's the idea. You mark a supply area zone that has never been touched. Let's say something like this. This is a great demand area zone in premium price level, right? Premium price area zone. And you simply wait for the price to return to the supply area zone. You now understand that from the supply zone, we should be selling, right? Maybe selling towards the downside. Probably a better idea to just sell till over here, since this is the daily, right? But this is an example, it doesn't matter. So let's say we short our trading position, we target the previous bottom level over here. Our stop loss may be something like this. Not the best risk to reward ratio, 1.07 risk to reward. Let's just play out the trade, see what happens, and it does hit our take profit level just barely. So even though it was a profitable trade, it's not a sniper entry, and the risk to reward is definitely average, so we need to improve on that. So instead of taking the entire daily supply and demand zone, we want to lower the time frame. We want to zoom in and drop to the 4-hour time frame. And all we want to do is look for a zone inside the zone. So we have our demand daily zone over here, but we also have the 4-hour area zone. Look at this tiny little zone over here with a lot of institutional pressure. So on the 4-hour time frame, all you want to do is mark this out, as you can see over here. And now let's just compare at the difference. So if we wanted to, let's say, come back over here, We entered initially just around here, got 1-to-1 risk to reward, eventually, won our trade. What if we waited for this area to be hit? We lower our stop loss like we did initially, and the target profit is the exact same. Look at the difference. The option A, which was the first trade, 1.07 risk to reward ratio. So you're risking $100 to gain $107. In the second scenario, which I just shown you, if you risk $100, you would profit $382. That's the difference. It's the same trade idea, same target, same direction, but just a tighter entry, which actually gives you way more profits, a lot more accuracy, and a lot less headache as well. So let's have a look. We played this one more time, and boom, hits our target profit. So that's how you make a trade from 1.07 risk to reward to 382 risk to reward in a matter of seconds, simply because the market entry was way more precise than the first trade. And that's the whole purpose of refinement: better risk to reward and better sniper entries. Okay, now let me give you a demand zone example, but there's a huge problem. The problem is, what if you have two zones instead of one? For example, this is my first zone, right? Zone 1. And the market pushes towards the downside and reaches our zone 1. We typically should enter this trading position for a buy, which is totally fine and reasonable. However, we have another zone right by, which is somewhere around this area, just over here, which is your zone 2, right? So two zones, first and second, over here. Now, issue over here is clear. You don't know whether you should trade off first zone towards the upside or second zone towards the upside. Now, we haven't refined these entry zones at the moment. It's currently on the 4 hour. Maybe we should head over to the 1 hour to see what the hell's going on. So we do the same thing, a zone inside a zone, right? So first zone, 1 hour zone, 1 hour demand. 1 hour demand has been broken. The second zone has this level over here. If you can see it, boom, drag this on. And as you can see, now we have these precise two levels. So I'm going to delete these just for the sake of clarity. And as you can see, the market is currently kind of pulling down a little bit too much. And let's just see how it's going to react once it actually tries to reach zone 2, which it does. Boom, zone 2 has been triggered over here. Look at this. The candlesticks never closed below our area of demand zone, which is our sniper entry. This is where we would want to take our trading position. And of course, this would give us a great risk to reward ratio. If we entered our trading position on the first entry somewhere over here, look at this. It's a totally different situation. It would have been a mess. Obviously over here, maybe you would be targeting this level. So maybe let's target both levels at the same time for clarity. 1.38 risk to reward, 5.45 risk to reward. You tell me which is better. 5 times the reward, right? And you can do this 10 times the reward, 20 times the reward. Trust me, I caught so many big trades using this exact logic. And let's see what happens with this trade. Goes towards the upside beautifully and eventually reaches another level of sensitivity, which would be the supply zone over here. So remember, if you buy on zone 1, there's always a chance that you are right. And that's what happened to me many times. That's why my stop loss used to be 80 pips or something like that. And I used to be right with direction, and then with the 80 pip stop loss, maybe you can save yourself. But what's the point of risking so much when you can just wait patiently a little bit and trade on zone 2, minimizing your stop loss and actually increasing your take profit levels? That's why zone refinement is crucial to actually becoming a profitable trader. Now again, let's use the same chart example, but sometimes the first zone reacts before second, right? Well, sometimes I say most of the time it might react a little bit, and this is what we see over here. First zone reaction, dips down, second zone reaction is the actual push. What do you do then? Can you actually trade to not miss out on the trading opportunity? Because sometimes if you're only gonna trade zone 2s, you're not gonna have a lot of trades. So what I like to do is actually scale my trades. So for simplicity, let's say my account is 100 bucks, right? 100 bucks. All I would do is risk 50 over here and enter my trading position. And then if it dips, I would open my other position for 50 as well. This is how I would scale in the money, right? So 50 here, 50 here, boom, the market actually starts moving up and we're actually making money. You know, the stop loss remains the same, the trade remains the same, the logic and everything remains the same when you're refining the zones. All you're doing is calculating your risk. Let's say you want to risk $100 for this trade setup. You take 50 here, 50 here, boom, it actually makes money. If 50 over here makes some money and then hits entry once you move your stop loss to break even, that's totally fine. You bank some profit as well. That's the way I would do it with zone refinement, at least. Basically what I'm saying, you will not miss your entries. You can actually make some money during the day, and if the opportunity comes to trade zone 2, you're ready because you still have the capital. You know, you're not full margin trading one zone at a time. You actually, you know, logically, you're managing your risk. That's the way banks do it. That's the way every profitable trader does it. You scale in, you scale out. That's how you actually make long-term money trading Forex, crypto, freaking futures, whatever. So the sniper entries we discussed today is only one part of the trading system I actually use. If you want to learn more, you can always join my trading group, and I recommend you guys watch this video over here to learn more about my trading strategy. Enjoy!